What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope everybody's doing well out there on this Hump Day Wednesday, and I hope everybody's keeping themselves safe and healthy. You understand, amid this pandemic that we got going. Okay. Well, what we're going to get into today is actually I'm going to show you guys how China is treating Africans, aka black people. Okay. Um, and then we're going to show actually the retaliation of what Kenya is doing, because of that. And you can't blame them. But this is a short video right here, about 29 seconds. And as you can see, I just wanted to read this notice out for you guys before we start the video. Um, that's actually telling, it's a notice at a McDonald's in some part of China. It says here, we've been informed that from now on, black people are not allowed to enter the restaurant for the sake of your health. Consciously notify the local police for medical isolation. Please understand the inconvenience caused. Police, then telephone 110. All right. See, but let me ease y'all mind and let's let you know, since they did this right here. They call themselves trying to play it down and they apologize for it, but this McDonald's has been shut down. Let's check this video out right here. Like I said, the script has officially been flipped on African Americans, as though we are the face of the coronavirus pandemic, and we know that's not true. Okay, now hang on a second, we're going to get into the next video.
City leaders in southern China are denying allegations of coronavirus racism, insisting that foreigners are not being discriminated against. Africans living in Guangzhou say that they're being kicked out of their homes and face harassment as health workers step up testing for imported infections. The African Union, Nigeria and Ghana are calling on the Chinese government to address concerns. Professor Keith Richberg is the director of the Journalism and Media Studies Center at the University of Hong Kong. He says there has been discrimination against Africans living in China for some time now.
Ever since Xi Jinping announced that the virus was essentially contained in China and that they could start reopening businesses and reopening factories, the numbers have been going up, but they've been blaming all of those new numbers, those new cases and the new deaths in China on what they call imported cases, meaning that they've contained it in China, but people coming back into the country are bringing it along. It smacks a bit of xenophobia to me, because number one, most of these so-called imported cases are Chinese nationals who left the Chinese New Year and are just now returning or returning from schools abroad, etc. So these aren't foreigners, these are Chinese who are bringing in the virus. And secondly, they've been given really no statistics to prove that the real numbers of people coming in with the virus are actually foreigners at all. But that's kind of the narrative or the storyline that they'd like to say, is that all of these new cases are all from foreigners. They've even restricted foreign diplomats from coming back into Beijing, for example. China has always had this kind of complex relationship with Africa, whereas officially, they see the African countries as brothers. Lately, China has put a lot of development money into Africa. They built the African Union headquarters. They built the railroad from Nairobi to Mombasa. But and as a consequence of these tens of thousands or millions of Chinese living in Africa, you also have a lot of African traders, African students who have gone over to China. And so officially, on an official level, there's this kind of feeling of fraternity. On the ground level, people to people, the Chinese simply don't like them very much. They're basically there's a lot of racism. I've been to Guangzhou. I've been to that area that they call Little Africa, or more derogatorily, they call it the Chocolate City. The Africans tell me they feel discriminated against by the Chinese.
Now you heard the man, and I believe him. We know what they're doing over there, and what China is doing with African people over there, and see, like the man said, They actually, China has actually invested a lot of money over in Africa simply because they're trying to take over the place. You understand? But then when it comes down to Africans coming to China and trying to invest and trying to buy and make a living, then now you want to basically, kick them out, and lie and talk about, spreading viruses and all that kind of shit. But no, there's no reciprocity in that. There's no, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. You see what I'm saying? But Kenya, on the other hand, said, okay, no, if this is the way you're going to treat, my people, then y'all has got to go too. As it says right here, Moses Kuria wants Chinese to leave Kenya with an immediate effect after claims that Kenyans have been evicted from their houses in China. See, this is not a rumor. This is not a rumor. See, and China want to try to play it down like, no, it's not like that, okay? But the outspoken Gantundu, South member of Parliament Moses Kuria, I think I'm pronouncing it, Moses, I know I'm pronouncing right, but yeah, Kuria, has advocated that Chinese nationals in Kenya go back to their country for immediate effect after learning that Kenyans and other African nationals, have been evicted from their house in China and are being accused of having COVID-19 novel. It is only fair that all Chinese nationals leave the country with immediate effect. All right. How do you blame Africans for a virus you manufacture in a Wuhan laboratory? Go back home, Moses Kuria advocated. I agree with him. That's only fair, Taking to different social media platforms, quite a few number of leaders condemned the incident. Others advocating that Chinese living in the country should be deported. The starchy member of parliament Charles Nwanga also joined Kuria in condemning the barbaric act by Chinese to Africans, calling upon Kenyans to take drastic actions as well. I'll not hesitate to ask Kenyans to follow the Bible. It says, an eye for an eye, and we know it's also eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, but tooth for a tooth is not there, but I get his point. Nwangwa wrote on his Facebook page, people. Lakimbia woman rep Kate Wagrungra, also opened that Kenyans deserve to be respected, adding to its heartbreaking that Kenya's business partners, China, can't protect Kenyans on their country as Kenyans protected Chinese nationals in Kenya. I see that. They're not giving, you see these people was rooted out of their homes and in their apartments and forced to sleep in the streets. Look at this shit right here. This is proof. This is proof right here. See? But to continue, it says here, we offer the utmost respect, yet what they pay us back with, is disrespect and dehumanization, or dehumanizing our people. We deserve better, what Grunger stated. The report of Kenya's suffering in China has since left so many angry, with many expressing their disappointment with the hashtag China must explain trending on Twitter for a better part of the day. I think China has all the answers as to why the whole world is suffering. Leaders fear to tell them the truth due to loans they owe them. Starting with the USA, Kenya, and other countries, we must rise against all inhuman practices against our lives. We should overcome. One user identified as Lyosi weighed in, okay? And these are a lot of the, what the people are saying, but we're not going to get into that because there's a lot to cover. But I'm sure you guys get the point. Like I said, there's no reciprocity. And this man right here, he ain't having it. And I totally agree with what he's saying. And I think the rest of the African continent, where Chinese people or China has inhabited, you know what I'm saying, should jump on the bandwagon and put their ass out of the country. If this is the way you're going to treat Africans in China, okay? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts and views and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are, this is James, and I'm out. Peace.